and engage as much as possible. Obviously, this is my second year in the league, but also this is like a very important time for our league and where it's going to continue to grow.
The drama surrounding the WNBA All-Star Game wasn't scripted. It wasn't manufactured by media outlets or inflated by hype. It was real, raw, and unfolding in real time, all sparked by the absence of a single rookie. Not just any rookie, but the one name that's become synonymous with the very survival of the league, Caitlin Clark. When news broke that Clark would not be participating in the 2025 All-Star festivities, the aftermath was immediate and catastrophic. Ticket prices didn't just dip, it plummeted, hard and fast, like a stock crash on Black Monday. What was once a hot commodity selling for $121 a seat nosedived to as low as $55. Just like that. The market corrected itself brutally and without mercy. It's not often that a single player moves an entire professional sports economy. But Caitlin Clark has done just that. And her absence didn't merely disappoint fans. It exposed the structural illusion that the WNBA has been clinging to for years. An illusion that the league isn't reliant on any one figure. But the cold numbers told a much different far, more sober.
For them, I'm sure it's circled on their calendar. I'm sure it will be loud. It gives them an opportunity to just scream at the top of their lungs.
Story. Without Caitlin, the league didn't just struggle, it flatlined. The initial wave came like a tsunami. Fans who had purchased tickets months in advance suddenly found themselves trying to resell their seats at deep discounts, often to no avail. Listings on platforms like Ticketmaster, Vivid Seats, and SeatGeek began dropping in real time. From $121 to $100, then $80. Still no bites? $70? Crickets. Eventually, the price dipped to $64, with some deals hitting as low as $55, including fees. It became a fire sale, not for clearance items, but for seats to what was supposed to be the WNBA's crown jewel event. This wasn't just a price fluctuation caused by timing or last-minute sales. This was panic.
Your pressure to get Caitlin Clark to come on to New York, and I think that
a league discovering in real time that its so-called all-star lineup, packed with names like Aja Wilson, Breena Stewart, Angel Reese, and Sabrina Ionescu, could not fill seats or capture hearts without the presence of the one name that actually moves the needle. The league's top-tier talent was all there. The big dogs were out in full force, and it meant nothing. Not when Caitlin Clark wasn't part of the show. The fallout was bigger than ticket prices. Fans who had rearranged their lives to be in Indianapolis that weekend felt duped. They'd booked hotels, requested time off work, made travel arrangements, all under the assumption that they'd be watching Caitlin Clark compete on the biggest stage the WNBA had to offer.
Currently running the full court press to try to get Caitlin Clark at some stage in her career.
Her name was the magnet. Her presence was the value. Without her, the draw was gone. Even those who still made the trip often skipped the event entirely or tried dumping their tickets in frustration. Entire rows sat empty, while the camera angles tried to avoid it, but leaked arena footage told the truth: a sea of vacant seats. Vendors standing idle, concession stands eerily quiet. Local businesses, too, took a hit. Restaurants that had anticipated large crowds, bars that had stocked up for the influx of traveling fans, and nearby hotels that raised their rates in preparation for the All-Star boom, all of them watched the weekend fizzle out. What was supposed to be a citywide celebration became a whisper of what could have been. This wasn't an isolated blip. It was the clearest indication.
Caitlin Clark to the New York Liberty? Confirmed? You guys?
Indication yet of how the WNBA economy has been rebuilt, not around legacy stars, but around a singular cultural force in Caitlin Clark. She's not just a popular player, she's a movement. She has become the WNBA's heartbeat, its financial engine, its very reason for staying relevant in the wider sports discourse. She plays, games, trend, stadiums fill, and advertisers line up. When she sits, everything falls apart. The WNBA, for its part, continues. To resist this truth, league officials cling to the narrative that no league is about one player. It's a noble sentiment, perhaps even a comforting one, but one that flies in the face of reality. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert herself stood in front of reporters, and rather than acknowledge the catastrophic dip in ticket prices and public interest, downplayed Clark's absence by lumping her in with other rookies, as if any other player had boosted viewership by 300%, or sold out arenas across the country, or turned a niche league into a primetime spectacle. The truth is, Caitlin Clark has become the WNBA's business model. Not just its star, not just its hope, but its entire pitch.
Your offense, but y'all listen to me on this defensive end. I'll let y'all do what y'all want on Caitlin. The offense is yours.
Every headline, every sold-out game, every uptick in merchandise sales and TV ratings, it all traces back to her. And yet, rather than protect that asset, rather than elevate her presence and leadership, the league, and, in many cases, her own peers have responded with resentment. They attack her fans. They question her impact. They treat her as a threat, rather than the singular gift she is. This past weekend was supposed to be a celebration of the WNBA's best and brightest. Instead, it became a referendum on the league's future, on its economic viability, on what happens when you ignore your biggest asset. And make no mistake, the message from fans was crystal clear. No Caitlin Clark, no interest. No Clark, no crowd. No Clark, no excitement behind the scenes. There's panic. You won't hear it in the league's press releases, but it's there. Because they know, deep down, they know what's really going on. They know that the success of their current broadcast deals, the value of their merchandise sales, the very legitimacy of their ongoing CBA negotiations, all hinge on the presence of one 22-year-old rookie from Iowa. The players demanding million-dollar salaries. The executives pushing slogans about
the Indiana Fever are more dangerous without Caitlin Clark.
Growth. All of them are riding a wave that has one name on it, and it's not Angel, or Brina, or Aja. It's Caitlin. This moment, this collapse, is more than just a weekend blunder. It's a case study in delusion. The WNBA wants to be seen as a legitimate professional league, yet it refuses to operate like one. In any other sport, a player with Clark's influence would be protected, promoted, celebrated, and given every resource imaginable to ensure longevity and prosperity. In the WNBA, she's been fouled harder than anyone, elbowed, bruised, verbally dismissed, and physically targeted, all while carrying the weight of the league on her shoulders. And when she sits out, the illusion shatters. The seats go empty. The vendors lose money. The media coverage dries up. The ripple effect is total. Every empty seat in that arena was a reminder that this league has one thing going for it. And they're not treating her like the future. They're treating her like a problem. This All-Star weekend should have been a coronation, a chance to showcase the meteoric rise of a new generation led by its brightest, most bankable face. Instead, it became a slow-motion implosion, played out across ticket exchanges, deserted concourses, and fans openly asking, why bother? The idea that Caitlin Clark is just another player is a fantasy. The idea that this league is bigger than her is not supported by any metric that actually matters. Not ticket sales, not ratings, not merchandise, not arena foot traffic. Meaningful measurement points in one direction. She's not just part of the WNBA. She is the WNBA. So where does the league go from here? That's the million-dollar question, quite literally. The players want a bigger cut of the revenue, and Clark's impact gives them leverage they've never had before. But instead of rallying around the phenomenon that's breathing life into the sport, many have chosen to downplay it, mock it, or treat it with indifference. That's not just ungrateful. That's suicidal. You don't grow a brand by burying its golden goose. You don't build momentum by pushing your biggest draw to the sidelines. You certainly don't attract new fans by making them feel like the only reason they showed up doesn't matter. Because if Caitlin Clark doesn't matter, then nothing does. The league has a choice. It can continue pretending that all stars shine equally, even when the fans and the numbers say otherwise. Or it can face the music, embrace the truth, and start building a league around the player who's already saved it once, and could do so again if given the chance. Because this past weekend proved one thing beyond any doubt: without Caitlin Clark, there is no WNBA. There's just a bunch of empty seats. It's awkward silence, and a league desperately trying to convince itself that everything's fine. But the fans know better. And now, so does the world.